and her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, the same the Queen.
For nearly 24 hours, crowds have been gathering outside of Buckingham Palace as the UK remembers its fallen monarch.
And a live look now from London. Very quiet this morning as people continue to lay flowers and other memorabilia near Buckingham Palace, honoring the life of Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away yesterday at the age of 96, the longest reigning monarch in British history, the second longest reigning in world history, and leaves behind a lasting legacy, to say the least.
Absolutely. And joining us live now from London this morning, Lauren Blanchard. And Lauren, people really feeling this loss.
Yeah, good morning, Bill, Maria. And just a little bit ago, there was actually quite a bit happening at Buckingham Palace because King Charles III, that is what he'll be known as, and the Queen Consort Camilla both arrived from Scotland. They landed in London, was taken by motorcade to Buckingham Palace. They greeted all of the folks who came out to support them and also remember the late Queen Elizabeth II. Then, in a very powerful moment, the King and his Queen walked into Buckingham Palace as they begin their reign. The official notice of the Queen's death placed outside the gates of Buckingham Palace. Worldwide, reaction began to pour in. In the U.S., the Bidens stopped by the British Embassy to share their condolences. Later, the president remembering the Queen's life.
She was an incredibly gracious and decent woman. And the thoughts and prayers of the American people are with the people of the United Kingdom.
There were tributes from close allies, many of whom shared personal stories of meeting Elizabeth, whose reign lasted for more than 70 years.
She was thoughtful, wise, curious, helpful, funny.
Here in the UK, newly sworn-in Prime Minister Liz Truss, who just days ago met with the Queen, will meet with the new King.
She was the very spirit of Great Britain, and that spirit will endure.
Friday begins an expected 12-day period of national mourning in the UK. The carefully planned series of events surrounding her funeral have been codenamed London Bridge. On the streets of London, a combination of sadness and disbelief.
I guess no one thought the day would come, really.
A little bit later today, about 2.5 hours from now, King Charles III will give his first nationally televised speech. That is when we will get a feel for how he plans to take over his duties as the new monarch. Obviously, it will also be a somber moment as he remembers his mother. Guys, back to you.
Lauren Blanchard live in London this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Here at home, Seattle's Great Wheel was lit up in honor of the Queen last night. The colors shining red, white, and blue to represent the Union Jack and also to pay tribute to the country's longest reigning monarch, who actually visited Seattle back in 1983. And one local restaurant owner who was able to meet her on that trip, Jody May, says her late father, Alan Silverman, owner of a British restaurant and pub in Bellevue, loved everything English. And she says when Queen Elizabeth visited Seattle, Alan was ecstatic.
The loss of such a prominent figure is understandably met with a wide array of emotions. And if you'd like to dive in the Queen's life and legacy, you can do that on our website, fox13seattle.com.